all. It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. So don't worry. We're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to have a lot of PUBG, and my voice is definitely going to be gone, so this might be the most hype that I'll be, but I will do my best to try and get some co-casters so that I can keep my voice a little bit and also provide you guys with the entertainment that you so richly deserve, because I'll be honest, I feel like we've been a bit starved. You know, I know that Comcasting has gone away, and it was very sad, but I'm very happy that they brought it back. And I want to indulge sounds wrong, but also it sounds right. You know, I want to give you guys as much PUBG as we can, because we need the open quals, the crazy stuff. It is just absolute madness for qualifiers, and it is so much fun. Some of my best times have been casting quals, and then again, it's just so much fun when you're not even looking to see who's the winner, but to see who makes it in, who doesn't make it in, because that means that it's just even more chaotic and more crazy. Because, like, you know, sometimes by the end you're like, hey, Falcons is gonna win, Liquid's gonna win, whatever, because, you know, they're like 20, 50, 100 points ahead. It's fine. But then it's really fun when you get, you know, the Outlaws or something, when they barely just scrape by and make it in. So you guys have been able to see the leaderboard this whole time. I have it as a command. You guys have been seeing it during the intermissions. But let's go over it. Katsuya taking this lobby by storm, currently up to 70 points. 48 of those have been kill points. And Liquid, they're being aggressive to say the least. Soul could go down, but Sparking is just a built different. He's going to go ahead and flush him out and get a point ASAP. And now they're probably just going to go and loot. As I was saying, but RNG followed up with 42 points, then Duel with 38, Toyo 37, Bestia 36, Mira 27, and then Yin Yang on 26 and Liquid on 25. And that is the top 8. And we'll see how it goes, but again, it's been crazy. You know, Liquid has not had the best of days so far, but, you know, they've had a good enough day to make it into the top 8. Can they continue the climb? Because I think that they expect great things of themselves, and they would not be happy with only an 8 finish. I think they're looking at least top 4, if not higher. But this circle, Bestia have a great spot. Resmi, wait a second. Outlaws, or not out. Wait, was it Outlaws? Am I going crazy? I might be going crazy. No, it was never. No, Yin Yang. It was Yin Yang. That was it. That was it. Yin Yang not actually contesting Resmi on their drop, which is surprising because they technically won it in scrim rules. It's not even rules. It's just kind of like a gentleman's agreement. It's not even. I don't know what to call it, but, you know, they won the hot drop. So, please, okay. I was gonna say, please don't say that my game crashed again. I will legitimately, I don't know. I don't even know what I do. But Bunt, he's finally taken it seriously. He doesn't have a Panzerfaust. I wish I could check his trunk, because I'm pretty sure he does have a Panzer in there. That seems like the most Bunt thing. He is a joy to watch. He is always fun and crazy. And who doesn't love a good bunt? I want to call it a bunting. Like, I don't know, it just sounds appropriate. Because this man is mad. Rock, they're going to go north, I'm pretty sure. They might not. They might just kind of like come in on the west side and then kind of scout from there. Because they know that they've kind of been first that way. So. Besides that one kill that Liquid got, it's been quiet so far. I don't see anyone driving into each other just yet. Like Block is gonna go ahead and try to get a crate. Actually, it's not gonna be him, it's Slabby, I think, right? Oh, Gabri, and he got a Grazza. A good gun, a great gun, a crate gun, I should say. Gooners splitting everyone as they try to just cross by on a rotate. There's no way they just go gas here, right? You don't crash gas this early, right? Well, looks like they kind of want to push just straight onto Senku. Or Senka. Well, Senka definitely knows that they're here. Give me 1 second. I need to... Alright, sweet. There we go. Speaking of which... No! Alright, Liquid. They're going to go ahead and find Capitan. Halo trying to get some shots on to the rest. Well, they've found two, both Benya and Capitan. And now Toyo have to be careful because it is just Emmy and Raibo who are left. And knowing Liquid, they probably want to push onto this. Halo trying to flank around, trying to make sure he has support. Halo, though, caught out, and he should go down, but he doesn't. Sparking. Looks like he wants to try and go ahead and get the flank. Halo might go down to that nade. He doesn't. That's a good stun, I thought. Whoa, Emmy, what shots? But Luke 12 was going to turn around and put him down. And Raibo just going to go ahead and dip on out of there. Says, I don't want no more smoke. That was enough for me. Duel coming in on that east side from Azahar. Why? Because looking over at Bestia, whenever it loads in, it doesn't show if doors are open or not. So they're not cheating. It's just, it literally just looks that way. So just don't stress out too much, peeps. These guys are vetted by PUBG, typically. Vetted? I don't know if vetted is the right word, but they're here. So we should trust them, is what I'm going to say. Block taking some shots over at DraftKings, lands one nice shot, can't connect with the rest. And actually, Mira has to be careful because it looks like... Okay, never mind. I was going to say Duel could mess them up pretty hard. But speaking of which, Nevermind and Outlaw is incredibly close to each other. Yakamazi wants to catch out one of these Nevermind players. If you could get a tire here off of Bren. And he did. He got a tire. That was well done. And now Curvy. Should be his turn next to try and land some shots. But 9 actually going to go ahead and find Watulins. Gump now. Poor Nevermind. They're just going into an endless cycle of Outlaw players. So close to getting that last shot, but unable to find it. Circle closing in 45 seconds. We'll see where we end the night. Spectro, though, did get knocked to BL. This Rock team has very good players, very good shots. Taking the tires off just to make sure that they don't have as much at their disposal. And Mira and Duel have been playing this merry little dance. They don't even know about the other, it seems. Just far enough away that, well, that might change as it does shift north. Okay, very, very hard shift north. And now this is kind of... This is the fight that I'm expecting at this point. Now would be the first time that they kind of might know about each other. LFP might have spotted out Duel as they come by. Not the cleanest of rotates, but that's just because of the terrain. As they start to go onto softer surfaces. Don't crash my game. Don't crash my... You son of a gun. I should be able to get back in pretty darn quickly, though, so... Whew, today has been something else, guys. Sweet. I don't know what the heck any of that was, but now I have no idea what's happening. But it looks like we technically haven't lost any teams as Bestia are starting to lose mine, but they could easily get the res here. And do I have all my things correct? So let me just double check to make sure. Can you guys hear the game? Can you hear me? All right. It does seem like you can. Sweet. All right. We didn't miss much, it looks like. Where's Duel? Duel and Mira. That's who we were looking at. It's fine. I'm not flustered at all. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know. Dude, what the heck has been today? This has been... I've never had this many issues. And in 2.5 years of casting, I've never had this many issues. And of course it happens when EWC quals are coming in. But it should be fine for tomorrow. But Gabri does have to deal with the rest of Gooners' as Bunt trying to make his way in. The oversight from Bestia, though, it has to be respected, if not feared. As Slabby trying to take some shots, but he does take some in return. They do make it back. Slabby has a Panzerfaust that Bunt would be proud of. DIY is going to go down. We need to check. Boom. The big boy boom. Let's go. Bunt trying to find an angle, trying to make sure that none of them can peek outside, in which case he'll boomstick them. Oh, Cabri almost gets him down, but he does not yet go down. Circle does shift, and it just goes straight to where we expect on top of neighborhood, road, whatever you want to call it. Icy going down. The nade coming in to look for the flush. Slabby with his own boomstick. I'm sorry, Gooners, but I want to see. Taking shots over it. Great shot. Slabby almost goes down. The Groza unable to find the knock on to the Gooners. As Gabri, though, found by Greg shot. And now on the side of... No! He missed! He missed! No! The peek on over. He tried to pull out his own Panzer, but it's okay. But Rello should be able to get Bunt down. He doesn't, actually. I lied. As the rest of the teams need to make their way in. Never mind Fast and Furiousing it. I mean, only one of them is Fast and Furiousing it. Not even more of them. But this is actually kind of a safe rotate, honestly. It's pretty easy to kind of make this cross and then to just push up over here, but we'll see. $7 is close to Pretty Curdy, but he took shots and he did hit a head though, and Pretty Curdy is going to go down. And well, Pretty Curdy has not been having a good day, poor guy. 9 taking shots over at the rest of Resmi as they are on foot. Trying to make their way in. Kane with a nice, or well, 9 with a nice headshot onto Kane, but speaking of which, RBN just going to turn around and dome him as Yin Yang going to go past Rello, and they're going to crash onto him, and he is just full four-man. He can't do anything about that, but Roth trying to get a knock onto Yappa. He does get down in time, as Amigos have to deal with the rest of Liquid, despite losing their IGL. Nade doing some damage, but not enough to get a knock. Santastico is actually going to go ahead and help Liquid, but Resmi, Lopez is going to find Alo. Now a 2v3 here. $7 is just causing horror for this Liquid team. The nade, well, $7 does go down to Luke 12. The flick, and Sparking gets him. Sparking is just built like that. Might go for the first aids, but did get a res off. Stuns keeping them at bay so far. Trying to combine, they don't quite find him. Luke 12 does go down, a good stun. Sparking with his own, and he I thought he was flushing his own teammate, I'm not gonna lie. Good stun onto Lopez, who's just gonna go down. So many stuns on the side of Amigos. Sparking gonna go for the flush. He has 5 kills to himself, 9 on the team total. Ziggy, I don't know if he has any meds really. Just holding. Could get the knock, but Infinite actually pushing on over as well. Amigos taken down by Infinite. Sparking now in a 1v1 versus him, as the rest of his team is nowhere to be found. Elsewhere, we see Gooners and Yin Yang. Ooh, I kind of want to see that, but it looks like it already kind of ended. IC is down and flushed. With all due respect, please hurry this up, gents. All right, Infinite looks like he's going to go down. Yep, he does. And Gooners, they do lose Icy. They can make it in. Senpa. Not who I wanted to go to. Thank you. Gonna go ahead, throw a nade. Yin Yang finally down to Roth. Outlaws as well now pushing on to this fight. Getting shot in the side by Penta. Sanka trying to retreat back to the rest of his team. I don't even know why it put me over there. Well, Bunt was found by Yaka. And Matt is chunking. If Yaka looked over, he could find him. But Matt does spot out 9, trying to get some damage, but Matt is going to go down to blue. Actually, never mind. He technically goes down to Kirby, so he will probably get that point, unless Rybo steals it. Sparking, he's just going to be medding in the blue because he's got nothing else to do. Why is it sending me over there? Bunt with a Grazza is going to go ahead and find one. His Greg shot is knocked. No armor. Just a Groza and a dream. Greg shot flushed away. Looks like Katsuya just going to go ahead and crash onto... Oh no. That's so unfortunate to get caught on that. Well, Cowboy going to go ahead and get knocked to Balefrost as Roth just goes in and gets immediately deleted. Best USA, thank you very much for the point. Bunt, though, is doing work, and it's the fact that he doesn't have any gear. That's so unfortunate. But the Panzer whiffed, does not get the flush, as he was looking for in DIY. Now the only one alive on Nikatsia. As I say that, he's dead. Never mind having to deal with Mira. As Duel, they probably have some decent damage. Alright, they don't have decent damage, but you know, they have spot and zone, so that works. Well, the rest of Rock, they're wanting to push in. They have their vehicles, they're inside zone. They've only lost Solds. Senka knocked to Kirby, and that's the way that they're going to make it in, especially with those 2 knocks. But now Mira trying to push on over, but RBN and Sparking is still alive. Gump return knocked. Looks like they're backing off of this one, but Pure RNG been pushed by Outlaws, and Senka doubt he can really get res or anything. And Penta gets shot from the side by Poon. Pure RNG just getting picked apart by multiple teams at once. Circle about to close. The Mirror still need to kind of push in. Pure RNG just trying to hold the line. Trying to make sure that they don't get pushed too far. And then on the other side, we do have Mira and Rock, and Sparking is still alive. He could make it inside zone, it looks like. That nade might connect onto Fake Zin. It goes a bit far, though. Now the push on over. Fana trying to spot them out. BL just waiting for the peek on over. Circle actually shifts towards compound. Fantastico's hit some nutty shots, and Sparking has made it inside. No way. I feel like he wants to take the shots onto Rock. Well, Pure RNG gonna take it first. Bestia, though, have a good spot in zone. As Duel now need to leave at some point. And actually, I saw someone with a mortar. There it goes. Alright. Does it hit anything? Well, Fake Zin gonna find him. Did I miss where he was shooting it? Oh well. Mira gonna get knocked to RBN. BL doing work. And now it is just Fana who's left. Does spot out BL. Nice shots coming out from Fana. Good molly. It does not connect, though. Duel start to push. Nice shots coming out from Fana. Fantastico the only one alive, but he can't quite. And now we have to shift over to Duel. Duel haven't lost anyone just yet, but Bestia, they need to be careful. Lethal could be so important, but it's barely not going there. K-Mind throwing a molly over to try and buy them some more time. As Outlaws now starting to push. K-Mind is on top of them. He has no more util. He doesn't get the knock. That's so unfortunate. Mime, though, does get knocked. IQ. Trade in return. K-Mind needs his teammates, but he is doing it all himself. And K-Mind with the hero play for Duel. Going immediately for the res, and no one should be able to punish this so far. Empire, though, going to go ahead and try to push over to Bestia, but never mind. As I say that, Fantastico is going to peek on over, and K-Mind, the hero of Duel, goes down unceremoniously. That is so unfortunate for K-Mind. He did such good work there. Unfortunately, he could not protect himself from the third party. Nice shots on the Balefrost. Outlaws are in. And Wooly, poor guy. He's just going to go down to blue at some point. He's going to med for as long as he can, but how many kills do they have? 4. Could be better, could be worse. Empire, though, flexing out, but they got to be careful because Fantastico is waiting on the other side. And we all know how well he shoots. Outlaws really the only team that need to make it in. And still, Sparking is alive. He's made it in here. And how many kills does he have? Still the 9. So good points for them. Poonage just waiting to take advantage, waiting for someone to make a move so that he can get them. Sparking doing relatively the same, but being incredibly quiet and prone. Nice shots coming out from BL, and Michael's going to go down. And Empire there 4 up, but Sparking is going to go ahead and activate. He finds BL. Well, Shimboy from the other side is going to be the one who actually finds him. Well, now Empire have a 3-man, and Poonage, he has to deal with all of Outlaws. Oh, he wasn't clearing, but 9 going to go ahead and find the trade. And Shinboy and Poonage, or Shimboy and Balefrost, trying to save this game, but Sparking is putting in work from behind as well. Now pure RNG starting to push on over. He's going to go straight for the res and has to be incredibly careful here. Rafa. They do get the res off. It's a good nade, is going to do some good damage. How did that nade? I feel like that should have done more to Poonage, but I guess he's prone. So. Good stun. He cooked it. How did that stun him? That's unfortunate. Well, he was going to push on over, but instead he couldn't. Balefrost gets knocked. Pure RNG kind of need to help out. Nah, I guess it's a 2v2. They just need to hit their shots, but they don't have any armor. And Curvy, it's now just down to Shinboy. Sparking could actually win this. It's insane. But Curvy gonna go down. 9 gonna find 1, gonna find 2. Goes immediately for the flushes, and Sparking actually has an amazing chance here to win the entire game for Liquid. Everyone else is losing everything. Util, armor, literally everything. And Sparking still has a 2 helm and a relatively decent 2 vest. He is an insane machine. And they have to push to him. He has center dot. Penta takes a shot or 2, has to heal. But he's technically more in than the rest of Outlaws. Gets some good damage, but can't quite get the knock, but he does find it onto 9. And they definitely can't push him. The 9 should bleed out, honestly. Who would have thought this is how the last game of the night is going to stand? A 1v1v1. Penta, Curvy, and Sparking. I'll be honest, Sparking seems to have the best opportunity, especially with the ability to pick up all the util that Bestia did have. And he knows where they fought. Penta able to pick up a fresh vest. Has a blue zone bag too. Spotted out Sparking. Nice shot coming out from Penta. Sparking has the dot, obviously. The other 2 have to make their move before him. Sparking has an amazing chance to actually win this. Penta has to go down. Curvy gonna go the other side. They're gonna split. Each go their own separate way and be happy about it. And now Penta knows that they're fighting and he's relatively free to push up how he wants to here. Here's Sparking on the other side. Sparking going for a wide flank, but he can't really push up. It's too risky. The stun is... Wait, the stun doesn't get it, but it doesn't matter. Penta is going to find Curvy. And now in a pure 1v1, Sparking versus Penta. And his Sparking has had all of the util that he was able to pick up off of Bestia. Is now able to unleash. They know where each other are now. They spotted him. Penta stunned. Playing this one slow, playing it smart, playing it safe. Spots him out. He's in blue. He's chunking a lot, and Penta needs to hit the shots, but he can't. And Sparking is going to win it for Liquid. An unlikely win after literally having to survive for so long in the blue. Sparking able to pull out a 1v1 against Penta, but Outlaws with 14 kills in third place. Not too shabby from them. But guys, that is Group A and B done. It was a crazy day with, honestly, too many power outages on my end. I'm so sorry. But nothing I could do about it. But guys, we are done.